typical lighting console and software are going to start you off at around $1,500 to $2,000 just to get it into the door. But I run our whole entire system off of one computer and $80 a year. Now, if you've ever sat down to try to price out a lighting rig, you probably have gotten to the conclusion that it's just too much. You close out of the tab and you take a step away from that idea. Well, this video is for you because I'm going to show you the best way to get started with lights on a very budget system, not just for small churches, but I even believe for medium and large size churches as well. Now, at the very first church that I worked at, they used a lighting software and console called Jands Vista, and it's one that I learned on and felt very comfortable by the time I left that church. But then whenever I got to my next church, we realized we needed some new lights and a new lighting console. And they had an old ETC system. And I started pricing out what it would start to get ready with Jands and getting it up and running, and it was crazy. That's when I took a step into trying out LightKey. It's a piece of software that I've seen recommended by other YouTubers, and I really fell in love with it immediately. I loved the annual pricing structure, how it was only $80 a year to get started, but also the overall experience is so user-friendly, and that's what we try to do here, is create irresistible environments. And some of those irresistible environments aren't just the people coming to church, but it's also the people who are involved in serving, and to make it easier for them to serve is definitely one in my books. Now, that was 2020. It's 2026 now, and I'm still using LightKey to this day. I've installed it in multiple different church settings and even live production settings as well, and I am absolutely in love with it and a proponent for you guys to start using it as well. Now, I haven't introduced myself yet. My name is Matt. I have over 15 years of experience doing church production, worship, and communications work, and I'm just out here creating free content with no gatekeeping. I just want everybody to have access to the tools that took me some time and a lot of challenges and mistakes to get to. Let's skip those mistakes and let's open up those floodgates and just get to the content. That's the kind of content that you want to continue to see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and let's keep on going with the video. Now, I'm going to give you 3 things that I really love about this software, and then actually a piece of negative feedback that I still am struggling with to this day, but it's not enough to push me away. The first one is the ease of use. The thing about LightKey is it is very visual based. You can see every single light, the way that the beams are pointing, and the user interface can be built out in a way to where it becomes very easy for a volunteer to sit down, select a color, select a scene, and just get rolling. That's why I love it so much. Anybody can sit down and start playing with it immediately, creating light scenes and just setting environments that are irresistible for people to walk into. And the second reason I really enjoy LightKey still to this day is the cost. What I said at the beginning of this video was that it costs around $2,000 just to get started with a professional console and software, whereas with LightKey, all you have to do is download the software, pay $80 for the year, and then maybe $100 for your lighting interface, which is like a little box that has a USB cable, and it just goes straight to DMX so you can actually talk to your lights. But that interface only has to be bought one time. After that, it's $80 a year for as long as I've been using it. So that is a huge step and a huge reason why we continue to use it today. It's cost efficient, and that's great for small to medium-sized churches that are wanting to start creating irresistible environments, but maybe don't have the funds or the know-how to start using some of these professional grade consoles. And the third reason is the setup. Like I mentioned just a few minutes ago, it just really takes a USB interface that plugs into the USB port on your computer, and then a DMX cable that plugs into that, and you can just start daisy chaining your lights. You address the lights on the back of the light, tell LightKey what address that light is, and then the lights start showing up on your console. And there's a couple steps in between that, but it's pretty simple. You can be up and running programming a light in like less than 15 minutes. Now, here's my honest complaint about the LightKey software, and it kind of sucks because we do a lot of things here off of Timecode, and I have emailed multiple times over the past 6 years asking the LightKey crew if they were going to be adding Timecode into their capabilities to be able to control lighting. And even the email I sent just a couple months ago said pretty much the same thing, that there's no timeline on whether or not they'll ever add Timecode into LightKey software. So I've had to create a workaround on that. As you can see behind me, I've actually got my ProPresenter computer right here, and I've got my LightKey screen right here. It's all running off of the same computer, just one device. And what I do is I actually run timecode from the stage on our tracks rig, and that timecode gets run back here to the console and fed into this ProPresenter computer. And so what ProPresenter is doing is it's listening for the timecode address, and then as it's playing through, I actually have macros, MIDI macros signed to send from ProPresenter to LightKey. So it's still automated. There's an extra step in between to make it work, but it works. And if you're interested in running things like timecode in your services or in your productions, this is a way that you can do it. Also, if you've never heard of timecode before, I'm actually working on a video for that right now. If you want to see that video, go ahead in the comments below, let me know, and I'll go ahead and rush that video up so I can get it out to you guys. Now, if you're pricing this out for your church, just know it's $80 a year. That's it. You have to pay once for an interface, but you don't have to do that again. The visual aspect of things really creates a volunteer-friendly, irresistible environment for them to jump in and start creating light scenes. And if you want to use timecode, just know that there is a limitation there, but you can make it happen. We've figured out how to make that work. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it's not about the fanciest and most expensive lighting consoles that you can get your hands on. It's about creating irresistible environments. And if you can create that environment for your volunteers to be able to walk in, sit down, and immediately have the confidence to start running lights, and also for your church members and guests to be walking into services and feel the environment that is built for them, that makes this worth all the money. If you're new here, what this channel is about is talking about real things as far as gear, what we're making happen, real hot topics as well. And also, I just want to create an environment that doesn't have a gatekeeping culture. For too long, I've been involved in church, and there's a lot of gatekeeping that happens. Well, that's going to stop here on this channel, because I want everybody to have access to everything that I've learned here over the past 15 years. So if you want to see more videos like that, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications, because I've got videos like this coming out all the time. And I've talked a lot about volunteers. If you want to see if you are ready or your team is ready to handle a high-level Sunday, I actually have an assessment right here that you can click. It'll take you straight to it, and you'll be able to take that quiz, and it will tell you if your team is ready. It's called my bench system. Hey, thanks for stopping by, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.